Welcome back to Exposure Stories. High in the rugged mountains of eastern Turkey, beneath the imposing presence of Mount Ararat, lies a geological formation that has fascinated explorers, researchers, and believers for decades. Known as the Durupener Formation, this unusual boat-shaped structure stretches across a remote landscape, drawing attention because of its remarkable resemblance to descriptions found in the biblical account of Noah's Ark. From a distance, the formation appears like the outline of a massive vessel resting silently in the earth, as though time itself had frozen a moment from humanity's distant past. Ever since its discovery in the mid-20th century, the site has inspired debate, curiosity, and countless investigations aimed at determining whether it is merely an unusual natural formation or the remains of something far more extraordinary. The story began when a Turkish military officer reportedly noticed the formation during an aerial survey. What appeared from the air was a distinct ship-like shape embedded in the mountainside. News of the discovery spread rapidly throughout Turkey and eventually around the world. Journalists, photographers, and researchers traveled to the region to see the site for themselves. As photographs circulated internationally, many people were struck by how closely the formation resembled the proportions described in the Book of Genesis. The biblical account describes Noah's Ark as being 300 cubits long, and measurements of the Durupener Formation appeared surprisingly similar when converted into modern units. For many observers, the resemblance was difficult to ignore. Over the years, scientists and archaeologists have repeatedly visited the site, attempting to separate fact from speculation. Some researchers approached the location with skepticism, expecting to confirm that the formation was simply the result of natural geological processes. Others arrived hopeful that evidence might support the possibility of an ancient man-made structure. Regardless of their expectations, most agreed that the site deserved careful study. The formation size alone was impressive, stretching more than 500 feet across the landscape and standing out from the surrounding terrain in a way that seemed almost intentional. Modern technology eventually provided researchers with new tools to investigate what lay beneath the surface. Ground-penetrating radar surveys became one of the most important methods used at the site. Unlike traditional excavation, which can be destructive and time-consuming, radar technology allows scientists to examine underground structures without disturbing them. As researchers scanned the formation, they reported finding patterns that appeared unusual. Instead of the random and chaotic features often associated with natural geological formations, some scans revealed what seemed to be organized shapes, parallel lines, and compartment-like spaces beneath the surface. These findings generated considerable excitement. According to some members of the research teams, the radar images suggested the existence of internal structures resembling corridors, chambers, and layered sections. Certain scans appeared to indicate a long central passage flanked by smaller areas on either side. Such features led some investigators to speculate that the formation might contain remnants of a large vessel. While the evidence was far from conclusive, it provided enough intrigue to encourage additional study and sparked renewed interest in the possibility that the site could preserve traces of an ancient structure. Soil analysis offered another fascinating line of evidence. Researchers collected samples from within the boundaries of the formation and compared them to samples taken from the surrounding area. Laboratory tests reportedly revealed significant differences between the two. Soil within the formation contained elevated levels of organic matter and potassium compared to nearby locations. Because decaying wood can release potassium and contribute to increased organic content in soil, some scientists suggested that these chemical signatures might indicate the former presence of large quantities of organic material beneath the surface. The results became even more intriguing when researchers examined the soil's acidity. Areas within the formation reportedly displayed lower pH values than surrounding soils. Such acidic conditions are often associated with long-term decomposition processes. To some investigators, this pattern was consistent with the gradual breakdown of ancient organic materials over thousands of years. While none of these findings proved the existence of Noah's Ark, they raised questions that could not be easily dismissed. If a large wooden structure had once existed at the site, researchers argued, the chemical traces left behind might resemble exactly what they were observing. Adding to the mystery was evidence suggesting that the region may have experienced significant flooding events in the distant past. Geological samples reportedly contained marine sediments and clay deposits that indicated the area had at some point been submerged underwater. Researchers studying these materials proposed that a major flood could have affected the region thousands of years ago. Although flood myths appear in many ancient cultures and do not necessarily point to a single historical event, the possibility of a catastrophic flood occurring in the area added another layer of fascination to the Durupanar mystery. Some investigators went further, using advanced imaging techniques to create detailed models of the structure hidden beneath the soil. These models appeared to show a symmetrical shape extending deep into the ground. Certain scans suggested features resembling ribs or supports, similar to those used in ship construction. Others indicated what appeared to be multiple levels stacked upon one another. To proponents of the ark theory, these findings seemed remarkably consistent with the biblical description of a vessel built with several decks and compartments designed to preserve life during a global flood. Despite the excitement generated by these discoveries, many geologists remain unconvinced. Critics argue that nature is capable of producing surprisingly complex and symmetrical formations through erosion, sediment deposition, and tectonic activity. They point out that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence and that no definitive proof of human construction has been uncovered. According to this perspective, the radar anomalies may simply reflect variations in rock density, while the chemical signatures could be explained by natural processes occurring over long periods of time. Scientific caution remains essential because history contains numerous examples of sites that initially appeared revolutionary but later proved to have more ordinary explanations. Archaeologists emphasize that interpretations must be based on verifiable evidence rather than expectations or beliefs. While the Durupanar Formation presents several unusual characteristics, skeptics argue that none of the data currently available conclusively demonstrates the existence of an ancient ship buried beneath the mountain. For them, the mystery remains unsolved, and the evidence remains open to multiple interpretations. Nevertheless, the fascination surrounding the site continues to grow. Advances in technology have allowed researchers to gather more information than ever before, and each new survey seems to uncover additional questions. Thermal imaging, resistivity studies, and increasingly sophisticated radar systems continue to reveal details hidden beneath the surface. Some reports describe possible voids or chambers deep within the formation, while others identify patterns that appear difficult to explain through natural processes alone. Whether these features represent geological anomalies or remnants of human activity remains one of the central questions driving ongoing investigations. The broader significance of the Durupanar Formation extends beyond the question of Noah's Ark itself. The site represents the intersection of science, history, archaeology, and mythology. Throughout human history, stories of great floods have appeared in civilizations separated by vast distances and centuries of time. From Mesopotamian legends to biblical narratives and countless regional traditions, tales of catastrophic floods occupy a unique place in humanity's collective memory. The possibility that such stories may preserve fragments of real events has long fascinated scholars seeking to understand how ancient people interpreted the world around them. For local communities living near the site, the formation has become a source of pride and identity. Visitors travel from around the globe to witness the mysterious structure firsthand, bringing attention to a region rich in history and natural beauty. The surrounding mountains, valleys, and rugged terrain provide a dramatic backdrop that enhances the sense of mystery. Standing before the formation, many visitors describe feeling as though they are looking at a puzzle left behind by an ancient world, waiting for modern science to decipher its meaning. As researchers continue their work, the Durupanar Formation remains one of the most intriguing archaeological mysteries of modern times. Every soil sample, radar scan, and geological survey adds another piece to an incomplete picture. Some believe the evidence points toward one of the greatest discoveries in human history, while others maintain that the formation is simply an extraordinary example of nature's ability to create shapes that resemble familiar objects. Between these opposing viewpoints lies a vast area of uncertainty where investigation continues. Whether the site ultimately proves to be connected to Noah's Ark or is revealed as a remarkable geological formation, its significance is undeniable. It challenges researchers to explore difficult questions, encourages advances in investigative technology, and reminds us that many mysteries of the past remain unsolved. Beneath the soil of eastern Turkey, hidden under layers of earth and time, lies a story that continues to captivate the imagination of millions. The answer has not yet been found, but the search itself has become part of the legend. As long as questions remain, scientists, historians, and dreamers alike will continue looking toward Mount Ararat, wondering whether the ground beneath their feet conceals one of humanity's oldest and most enduring secrets. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.